Crunch, lesson number 3. Today we will be talking about logical operators, relational operators, and if and else if statements. Okay, so let me first explain to you what are logical operators, because to use an if statement you'll need a logical operator as well. So if we look at the different logical operators, you get equals to, which is two equals signs. One is the assignment operator, right? So if you only have one equal sign, it means you are assigning a value to a variable, but equals to two equal signs is equals. So in programming, equal sign is the assignment operator. Then we get the larger than, smaller and equals to, larger and equals than to, and then that is the not operator. Okay, I'm just gonna say not there because that's a bit of a different one, and this is equals, right? So 1 is assignment, 2 is equals. Okay, so those are the logical operators. So if we look at if statements, so I'm going to use a bool variable because in my first video I never explained a bool variable, or boolean. So boolean, it's spelled like that, is two values, right? One of two values. It's either true or it's false. Okay, you see it, code blocks makes it blue there because it recognizes it as the boolean value. So let me just comment this out quickly so we can start with our if statements. Okay, this is also called a block comment, to comment out a whole block of code. So let's declare a bool variable. So it's the data type in the variable name. So it's bool is over 18. And let's make the initial value equals to true. So it's not a string, so there are no quotation marks, right? And then let's say, let's just declare another variable, double, and make it entry fee. And it's good practice to always assign your variables to a value when you declare them. So let's just make it to 0.0 because double is like a decimal value, right? So then let's make if. So let's quickly make a program that if tells you if a person is over 18, then the entry fee is, let's say, $50, and if the person is under 18, the entry fee is $25, something like that. So then we use the variable name if is over 18. It's good practice if you have more than one word to make the second word use a capital letter, so that's good practice. Let's just do that. If is over 18 equals equals, so it's the equals operator, it's not the assignment. So there's a nice difference between the assignment operator, we assign a value, and the equals operator. So if is over 18 equals to true, then we have a body of curly braces here, and whatever is done in that curly braces will be executed if the person is over 18. If is over 18, the variable is over 18 equals to true, right? So if that happens, let's say then the entry fee that we declared now equals to 50 point, let's just say 50, yeah, to just emphasize that it's a double. And then we can make an else if. So we get the if statement, then after, if there's an initial if, and then you can make else if, make it else if it is over 18 equals to false, right? And then another body of curly braces, and then if a person is under 18, then the statements inside these curly braces will execute, and these will not. So let's say the entry fee then is equal, so again it's the assignment operator, only one equal sign, 25.50, and always ended off with a semicolon. Okay, so if we, and then let's just make a cout here, just print to the console to see what it does. Entry fee is that, and then entry fee, and then let's just put an end line there because yeah, OCD. So if I run that, it's going to say entry fee is 50.5, right? Because bool is over 18 is true, so only that code will execute. So it will say entry fee is yeah, 50.5. Now if we change that to false, what will happen then? Then this statement should execute. So if we do that, then entry fee is 25.5. So that is basically how an if statement works. But let's change. Okay, first let's just quickly show you something. So if I take away that, it will still work, because is over 18. If is over 18, it still tests if it is true. So let's just make that true again, and it will still say 50.5. Okay, and then if we take away the else if, and or if we change it up here, we can also say if, we can make that if not. Okay, the not operator, just to show that if it's not equals to true. So let's just change that to false, because it takes every time if that variable is true or false. And if we run that now, it will say 25.5, because if it is not true, right? But because this is a boolean value and it can only be true or false, we can also take that away, just make it an else, because if it's not true, it will be false. Okay, so let's just put that back, just because it gives you a clearer mind, so I don't confuse you right now. So if it's not true, it will be false. So then this will execute. Okay, so if that says false, it will still work with the else statement. Okay, so you can have if, 3 else ifs, and then an else. Okay, so let's just show you that a bit better. So if let's just change this to a string and change this to yes. So now we have quotation marks because it's a string, and then we have to change this to yes, and we have to, let's just now, you'll see now why we're gonna use the else if. So if is over 18 equals no, right? So if that is yes, then it will print out 50.5, because if is over equals to yes, it is equals to yes, you can see here, so that statement will execute. Now if we change that to no, then entry fee is 25.5, then that statement will execute. Right. So, but let's say now this is changed to something like unknown, then what's going to happen then? Then nothing's going to happen, because, yeah, there's no if for if it's not yes or it's not no. So that is why we can put in a catch, right? So else, if it's not yes and it's not no, then let's say then it can make the entry fee something in between. Let's make it 35.5. Okay, so if the age is unknown, if it's not known, then it's 35.5, something in between, right? So it's not yes, it's not no. Okay, but let's say you also need to remember that C++ is case sensitive. Okay, so if I put in yes with a capital letter there, it will not execute this code. You will see now it will go to the else, because C++ is case sensitive. So what we can do in situations like that is we can use our relational operators. Okay, so let me just quickly go through relational operators. Just, yeah, if it gets too much, just pause the video, take everything in, copy it on your IDE. I know I'm talking about a lot of different stuff now, but this is a great video if you go through it slowly. So we get relational operators. So these are your logical operators that I wrote up here, and then you get relational operators. So relational operators, we have 2 of them, and that is 2 ampersands. They are and you get the 2 straight lines that you get on the same button as your backslash, and they are or. So it's and or. So let's say we wanted to test if is over 18 equals to yes with a small letter and yes with a capital letter. But we can't use and, because a string can't be, if we use and here, it will say is over, so you have to type over that whole thing again, equals to yes. So that might look right now, but if you execute, you'll see it's not right, because a string can't be equal to that and that. So what operator we can use? We can use the or operator. So if is over 18 equals to yes with a small letter, or is over 18 equals to yes with a capital letter, then we'll go there. So we'll see, it will print 50.5 now. Right. So I have to comment that out, because the compiler gets to this and he's like, what's going on here? This isn't code, this isn't in my language, you know, that's in English. So we need to comment that out. Just the star and then that. There we go. So we need to comment that out. Otherwise the code blocks is like, no, that's not code. I can't read that. So then it skips that. So then 50.5. So over here we can also add the OR operator is over 18 equals to no with a capital letter. Right. So yeah, that is about what I have for if statements for now. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments section. Please do subscribe to Crunch That Code for much more great videos about C++ and a few how-to videos. Also note that C# videos are on their way. So have a great day, and please don't hesitate to ask me if I give suggestions for videos in the comments section. Bye bye.